Hi students, today we are going to see a first supplementary of 12th standard, God Sees the Truth But Waits, written by Leo Tolstoy. Here, I give one example for the title. A small story I tell you. Just imagine you and your close friend writing the exam. You studied well for the exam and writing well, and your friend doing some malpractice during the exam time. When the results come, he got more marks comparing to you. How you react to this situation? You get frustration, you get angry on your friend, you curse yourself, you curse the God. Am I right? But the teacher is asking a question to your friend from the exam paper. And the teacher asking you also. And you are answering for that question correctly. In this situation, how you feel? You feel very happy, no? Yes. Now you compare this incident with the title. God sees the truth, but he waits for the time. உண்மைதானே? Yes. Like this, we are going to see a story of a young merchant. He was sent to the prison for crime he didn't commit. Okay, now we go to the story. The main characters in this story. First one, Ivan Dmitrich Akshinov. He is a young merchant. Second one, Akshinov wife. And third one, Marker Simeonich. Okay, these three are the main characters. The story begins in the town Valmidar. A young merchant had 2 shops and house on his own. Akshinov was a handsome, curly-headed guy and having an affection in singing. Akshinov was addicted to drinking in his youthful days. After his marriage, he stopped drinking. In summer, one day he decided to go for a fair, that is exhibition, to sell his business articles. So he wants to tell goodbye, that is farewell. Goodbye na inga farewell solrom. He wants to tell farewell to his wife and children because he want to go to the fair. His wife requested him not to go because she had a bad dream about Akshinov the previous night. Akshinov laughed and told his wife, when I get to fair, go on spree. Here the word go on spree means I already decided. அவர் ஏற்கனவே முடிவு பண்ணிட்டார் அந்த ஃபேருக்கு போகணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. அதனால அவங்க ஒய்ஃப் சொன்ன அந்த கனவை பற்றி அவர் யோசிக்கல. பட் his wife replied to him about the bad dream. She described, when you returned from the fair, you took off your cap. I saw your hair was grey. இங்கே யுவர் கிரேன்றது என்ன சொல்கிறாங்கனாக்கா உன்னுடைய முடி வந்து வெள்ளை கலரில் இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்றது தான். யுவர் ஹேர் வாஸ் டர்ன்ட் ஆஸ் அ கிரே. But Akshinov not worried about her dream. He replied her that grey hair will be my lucky symbol. He told her, if I am not sell these things, how I give you the surprise present from fair? Finally, Akshinov said goodbye to his family and he started his journey to the fair. When he started his journey, in halfway, he met a merchant. Both of them stayed in for that night. Here, inn means like a hotel, resting place. Both of them had some tea and stayed in room next to another. Here in your textbook it is given as adjoining rooms. Adjoining rooms means in room next to another. பக்கத்து பக்கத்தில் இருக்க ரூமில் தங்கியிருக்காங்க. Usually, Akshinov having a habit is to sleep late night. He started his travel before dawn. லேட்டாக தூங்கி காலையில் சீக்கிரமாக எழுந்து ட்ராவல் பண்ண ஆரம்பிப்பார். So he woke up early, asked his driver to prepare the horses for traveling. He went to meet the landlord of the inn and he paid the bill for his room. He stayed and continued his journey. இங்கே என்ன பண்ணுறாரு, அவர் லேண்ட்லார்டை பார்த்து, அந்த ஹோட்டல் முதலாளியை பார்த்து, அவர் தங்கியிருந்த ரூமுக்கு காசு பே பண்ணிவிட்டு அவரும் அவருடைய டிரைவரும் கிளம்புறாங்க. அவங்களுடைய ஜேர்னியை ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுறாங்க. எங்கே போகிறாங்க? ஃபேருக்கு போகிறாங்க இல்லையா? ஸோ தே ஸ்டார்டட் த ஜேர்னி. He crossed 25 miles. He saw another inn, and he stopped his horses for giving a food to them. He also spent a time there and asking his driver to make a tea for him. And he got his guitar. He started playing it. On that time, he saw a cart was pulled by 3 horses, and the 2 officers followed by it. The officers stopped their horses and started questioning Akshinov. Where you spent last night? Were you alone? You was with another merchant. Did you seen him today morning? Why did you leave the hotel before dawn? Akshinov was shocked. Why these officers asking these questions? And he answered all the questions. Then Akshinov asked them, do you think I am a thief? I am a businessman. I am traveling off my own. You should not ask questions like this to me. He spoke angrily to the police officers. Then the officer replied him, I am the police officer of this district. I question you because the merchant with whom you stayed in the hotel has been found is murdered by someone. We must search your things. The soldiers entered the house and searched the things of him. Suddenly, one officer took a knife out of his bag and asked him, whose knife is this? He was in fear because the knife taken from the bag was blood-stained. Again the police officer, harshly with loud voice, asking to Akshinov, how there is a blood on this knife? Now Akshinov becomes speechless. He replied, I don't know, it's not mine. But the police officer said, today morning, merchant found his throat cut. You are the only person stayed with him. Now we found a blood-stained knife in your bag. Now tell me, how you killed him? How much money you have taken from him? Akshinov answering, no, I hadn't seen him after the tea yesterday. Akshinov had no money except his 8,000 rubles. His voice was speechless and his face became dull. The police officer ordered the soldiers to take him to the cart. Akshinov was tied and thrown into the cart. The soldiers taken his goods and money, and he was put in jail near to the town. The police officer started the inquiry in Valmir. The other merchants and people told about him. He had a habit of drinking before his marriage, and he was a good man. But the case on him was murdering a merchant and 20,000 rubles stolen from the merchant. Akshinav's wife was lost her hope. She did not know whom to believe. She went to the jail, requested the officers to allow her to see him. At first, the officers rejected the permission, and after some time they accepted. She saw her husband in prison dress and the chain tied on him. She sat near to him. She told the things happened in hope, and Akshinov told her what happened on the day. Akshinov given her idea to put petition to Tsar because he knows that the innocent people was not punished by him. But the petition was rejected by Tsar. His wife came to prison and told this to him. Now she told him, what I dreamed that was happened now. You remember, I told you not to start on the day. Now the wife put his fingers on his hair, asked him, My dear, tell me the truth. If you not, who killed him? Akshinav got angry and shouted on her, You do not believe me. He was hiding his face from her and removed her hands, and he started crying. A soldier came to say to the wife and the children must leave now. That was the last time Akshinav seen his family. All the hope was gone now. His wife also not believed him. Finally, he said to himself, Only God knows the truth. So he didn't write petitions after it. He gave up all hope and he prayed only to the God because he only knows the truth. Okay, children, I hope till this you understand the story. So we see in the next part who was the real murderer and whether the God saved him or not. We see in the next part.